How I went from this to this in less than 10 weeks. Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sophie and I am currently in prep for my 5th or 6th FMG show. How exciting, right? I am competing in the Gold Coast and then 2 weeks later I'm competing in Bali in May 2026. You guys may have seen my last video was my Vegas show day vlog. And you might remember me saying this. What show next? So when that show finished, I was very much in the mindset of, I want to do this again. Like, I want to compete again. I wasn't really sure on the timeline yet because I went and just had the most amazing holiday. My family and I traveled all through Vegas and then we went to Fresno, which was sick. And then we went to California and I met up with my friend Sam and we just had the best time ever. And I did not reverse diet, like at all. I would love to say that, you know, I was tracking my macros that whole time, but no. After my Vegas show, I literally went straight into holiday mode, just eating whatever I wanted every single day. And I actually came home not that bad. I'm pretty sure my coach was quite shocked actually at the fact that my weight gain was actually quite minimal when I came back. And I'm pretty sure it's just because I was just doing so much activity still and that kind of mitigated the fat gain. But that being said, his mission for me was to gain weight. Then after my holiday, I was kind of just unsatisfied. I felt like I felt really good. I felt really happy. I kind of was ready to prep again. So I started looking at the shows for 2026 and I decided I might as well just go again. So I have decided to do the May show in the Gold Coast. Number one, it's an Australian show, so it's a lot more convenient for me to just fly to the Gold Coast than it is to fly to America, for example. And then the Bali show is 2 weeks later. So that just is a no-brainer since I have done every FMG Bali show since its inception. So why not tack on another one? GLAMFIT is also sponsoring the Gold Coast and Bali shows. So that means Claire will be with me. I have a bunch of friends going. And since I feel so good and I felt so good leading to the start of another prep, I was just like, why not? In this video, I'm going to take you through my macros and kind of my calories. I'm going to just ballpark it a little bit as well as my prep protocols that I've been doing. If this triggers you in any way, if calories trigger you, if weight triggers you, please do not watch this video. I also do not want anyone to replicate this plan. Number one, I pay my coach to tell me what to do. So I don't want to take his intellectual property away from him. Duh. Number two, it's not going to work for you. I'm a very small human. And even if you weighed the exact same as me or you were the same height as me, our bodies need completely different things. So I do not encourage anyone to copy this as any kind of plan. I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a prep update since I have been kind of lacking on the vlogs this prep and I am currently 4 weeks out, 3 and a bit weeks out. I'm pretty sure 4 weeks out. Felt about time I should probably give you guys a bit of a life update. I have my iPad here and I'm going to literally take you through my entire kind of build and prep plan. So I can show you exactly how I went from this photo to this photo, which is me as of this week. Because my feedback is always to grow, I did want to make sure that I tried to build a little bit of tissue in the very small amount of time that I had between the shows. At the end of the day, I want to beat my Vegas package and therefore try and put on like a teeny tiny bit of muscle if I could possibly. So basically I had, you know, maintenance mini build calories for a few weeks once I came home from America. That was around 20 to 13 weeks out, I had these kind of like mini build calories. They were around like 1900 to like 2000 calories. And then my coach Scott wanted me to start prep 12 weeks out, which does not seem like enough time. I have never prepped for that short period of time before. I've always prepped for like 20 to 30 weeks, and I've always had like quite a lot of weight to lose in that time. To do a prep that's only 12 weeks terrified me completely. But at the same time, isn't that such a cool opportunity to try, see if I like it, see if I can do it, and just go really hard, really fast. So we started my prep 12 weeks out from the show. My baseline step target was about 12,000 because I'm a quite active person. I walk around all the time. So my steps were already quite high. It would have been great if we had more time in an off season to actually make them go lower, but it is what it is. My protein has stayed consistent throughout the entire prep. My protein target is usually about 140, like 130 to 140, but we want to preserve as much muscle as possible, so try and keep it that as high as possible. All of the other macros are up to Scott. I don't need to share all of those. But calorie wise, I basically went from like 1900 calories straight into prep at 12 weeks out. I went down to about 1400. So that immediately felt like quite a significant drop. It did feel immediately like I was dieting, and I was like, oh, yep, I'm a bit hungry, like straight off the bat. But at the same time, that's very motivational. So because I felt hungry, it made me kind of go, I feel like I'm in prep, like immediately, like we're doing this thing, like let's go. My step target also went up to about 16,000 steps a day, which again is pretty achievable for me because I'm very active. My starting weight was about 50 kilos, which is so much less than I have ever started any other prep on, which has really made my life so much easier because usually I've got like 15 kilos or so to lose when I start a prep, and hence why we have to do really long preps. So because I maintained my physique reasonably in an off season, such a short time between shows, it meant I didn't have as much to lose this time. And I think that's been great for me. So we started at about 50 kilos, 12 weeks out, calories got dropped, cardio went in. I was prescribed straight off the bat 40 minutes of cardio a week, which does not sound like a lot, but I hate cardio. So I immediately was like, oh, really? I don't want to do this, but we will sacrifice this. I will happily do all the steps in the world, but as soon as I get cardio, I'm like, I hate this. So the first couple of weeks of prep, my calories stayed exactly the same around that 1400 mark. My steps stayed exactly the same around the 16,000 mark. And then each week my cardio went up a little bit more. So it started at 40 minutes and went up to 50 minutes, then up to 60 minutes a week. This is not a day. Please, it's definitely not a day. I could not do that. We maintained that for a couple of weeks and my weight was just dropping and dropping and dropping, which is crazy. Like I was losing like kilos and kilos every week. And my projected stage weight, goal weight, whatever you want to call it, is about 43 and a half kilos. My lowest Vegas stage weight was 43.8 during peak week. So my goal this time is to obviously beat that, because therefore that means I'm a little bit leaner. So my goal is to get to 43 and a half, and we are very close and we are still 4 weeks out. So that's really exciting. Every single week I would do my check-in and I was almost like shocked at the fact that my weight was going down so much. At 9 weeks out, I said I was starting to feel a little bit sick. Not too sick, but like I was getting a little bit fatigued. So my cardio actually got removed for 1 week only, just to make sure that my body was still recovering. It was kind of getting used to everything. 8 weeks out, went back to complete normal. So my steps were at 18,000 a day. My calories still had not changed, around the 1400. And then my cardio went back up to 60 and then 90 minutes a week. Then 6 weeks out, my training plan got changed a little bit. We are doing less sessions because essentially your body is starting to die at this point. You want as much recovery as possible. So slamming leg days multiple times a week might not actually be the most ideal scenario for recovery. So I've got a few less weight sessions a week. I think I'm doing 4 weight sessions a week, and my cardio is still at 90 minutes. And my calories then got dropped 6 weeks out. They got dropped to about 1200. So another like 200 calorie drop. And as of this week, I have hit 43.8 kilos, which, like I said, is my Vegas stage weight. And we do have a couple more weeks to go. So that means I want to grind. I want my calories to drop even lower than 1200, which is not healthy. Please do not recreate that. But I'm only 4'11", 5 foot tall, and I currently weigh, like 43 and a bit kilos. So there's not a lot of me, and I know that my calories can go that little bit lower just to get that last little bit of conditioning before we start peak week and I get to eat food and have my muscles fill out again. Like, I want to really get down to the leanest I've ever been. Fingers crossed. And I must say that because it's such a short timeline, like 12 weeks, it has felt so quick. Like, it hasn't felt like a struggle at all. It has just felt like a routine almost immediately. It just feels like I'm doing exactly what I was doing last year, just all over again. And I still have so much energy. I still feel really good and happy, and I cannot wait to see what I look like on the Gold Coast stage, because I'm wearing my favorite bikini ever. Like, it might actually be my favorite bikini of all time. So it's going to be really special. And if I can also be that tiny little bit leaner than I was in Vegas, then therefore this prep was not for nothing. You know, it was a smart move to do this because I am going to beat my best package, which is always the aim. At the end of the day, it never really is about where you actually place or whether you do get a placing or not. It's all about beating your last physique. And at first I was really scared that maybe I wouldn't be able to do that, but given the shorter time frame, so I was like, oh, at least I'll match my Vegas physique. No, like, I'm determined we're going to beat my Vegas physique. We're basically stage weight right now, and I still have some time, so that's really exciting. I've been having a really great time this prep. Life is very fun and happy at the moment as well, so I have nothing but good things to say so far. I'm really excited for you guys to see some of the behind the scenes that I have been taking through this prep. I just can't show you the bikini stuff yet because I actually want this one to be a surprise for once. I'm keeping my bikini a surprise, maybe, for now. So yes, that is my prep update for 2026. I apologize that I haven't really posted anything at all since Vegas, but that just means I've been busy, I've been grinding, and I am ready to bring my absolute best to the Gold Coast and then Bali. And then who knows, maybe I'll want to do even more shows this year. As usual, if you guys do have any questions, please feel free to message me on Instagram. I might even do another one of those anonymous Q&As because I know you guys always love those. And other than that, I hope you all are having a really great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!